Once upon a time, in a magical kingdom, there lived a young man named James, who had always been fascinated by the wisdom of the ancients. He was known to be a curious and determined young man, with a thirst for knowledge that knew no bounds. He had always been captivated by the idea of unlocking the secrets of the universe and discovering the answers to life's greatest mysteries. One day, James came across a wise old sage who was said to possess immense knowledge and the ability to solve any riddle. Intrigued, James approached the sage and asked him if he could teach him the secrets of the universe. The sage smiled and said, "If you can solve my 3 riddles, I shall reveal to you the answers you seek." Excited by the prospect of learning from the wise sage, James eagerly agreed. The sage then presented him with the first riddle. "I am the beginning of everything, the end of everywhere. I am the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. What am I?" James pondered the riddle for a while and then answered, "The letter E is the beginning of everything and the end of everywhere. It is the beginning of eternity and the end of time and space." The sage nodded, impressed by James's quick thinking. He then presented James with the second riddle. "I am light as a feather, yet the strongest man cannot hold me for much longer than a minute. What am I?" James thought for a moment and then replied, "Breath." The sage smiled and said, "Correct. You are indeed a wise young man." And with that, he presented James with the final riddle. "I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. What am I?" James thought for a moment and then answered, "Fire." The sage was pleased with James's answers and said, "You have solved my riddles, young James. Now I shall reveal to you the secrets of the universe." The sage then explained to James that the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe was not to be found in solving riddles, but in the wisdom of thought. He told James that if he could run a losing race without blaming his loss on someone else, he had bright prospects of success further down the road of life. The sage went on to explain that taking responsibility for one's actions was the first step towards success, and that true wisdom came from within. James was taken aback by the sage's words and realized that he had been looking for answers in all the wrong places. He decided to take the sage's advice to heart and began to focus on improving himself from within. He worked hard to develop his intelligence, his emotions, and his character, and soon he began to see the world in a new light. Likewise, he saw that the answers he had been seeking all along were within him, and that he held the power to unlock the secrets of the universe. Years went by, and James became one of the greatest sages of his time. He was known throughout the kingdom for his wisdom and his ability to evoke powerful emotions in others. He continued to learn and grow, always seeking the answers to life's greatest mysteries, but never forgetting the lessons he had learned from the wise sage. And so, James lived a long and fulfilling life, constantly striving to be the best version of himself and always seeking the wisdom of thought. He left behind a legacy of knowledge and inspiration, and his story continues to be told until now, reminding future generations of the importance of taking responsibility for one's actions and seeking the wisdom that lies within. Years after James's passing, a young man named David came across James's story and was inspired by his journey. David was facing his challenges and was struggling to find his place in the world. But after reading James's story, he was filled with a new sense of purpose and determination. David began to follow in James's footsteps, focusing on improving himself from within. He began to develop his intelligence and emotions, and soon he too was seeing the world in a new light. He found that the answers he had been seeking all along were within him, and that he held the power to unlock the secrets of the universe. As David grew and matured, he became known for his wisdom and his ability to evoke powerful emotions in others. People came from far and wide to seek his counsel, and he was soon regarded as one of the greatest sages of his time. And so, David continued James's legacy, continually striving to be the best version of himself and always seeking the wisdom of thought. He lived a long and fulfilling life, leaving behind a legacy of knowledge and inspiration that continues to inspire generations until now. The end. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos like this from this channel. We love you.